Number 1. Cuba, a nation trapped in the past. Under the brilliant golden sunlight of the Caribbean Sea, Cuba appears as a nation drifting slowly through time, where nostalgic beauty and the arduous struggle for survival are inseparable. Here, the capital Havana serves as the cultural and political center for 2.5 million people, where life unfolds amidst old neighborhoods and buildings bearing the distinct mark of the Soviet era. However, for decades, economic pressures and a centralized management model have made daily life a real challenge. In the suburbs, people rely on the black market for food, while in older residential areas, 3 generations crammed into small apartments is a testament to the overcrowding. Another harsh reality in Cuba is that, despite modest average wages, food prices are constantly rising, while access to medicine is limited due to scarce imported supplies. The period of 2024 to 2025 was marked by prolonged power outages lasting 15 to 20 hours each day. Particularly in October 2024, the entire country was plunged into darkness for nearly a week due to widespread power cuts. In some eastern provinces, neighborhoods had to take turns operating communal generators to maintain basic needs. Fuel shortages resulted in long queues at gas stations, while the rationing system remained the lifeline for distributing rice, cooking oil, and sugar. To cope with the intermittent power supply, many families had to store food in shared freezers in their neighborhoods, and the image of children helping their parents queue for ration coupons from dawn became all too familiar. As of August 2025, this reality shows that life in Cuba remains plagued by a persistent economic and infrastructure crisis. In adversity, people choose to adapt by strengthening community bonds, growing their own vegetables in their yards, and seeking support from informal channels. In many neighborhoods, families organize communal cooking sessions during power outages to save energy and share food. For them, each day is not only an arduous struggle for survival, but also a test of their resilience and adaptability in the face of an ever-changing reality. Number 2. The glorious era of Cuba before 1959. Before becoming the symbol of scarcity it is today, few could have imagined that more than half a century ago, Cuba was one of the most prosperous countries in Latin America. Prior to 1959, the island presented a stark contrast to its present appearance, especially in its bustling cities. Havana at that time was a magnificent Las Vegas of the Caribbean, where towering hotels and luxurious casinos sprang up thanks to massive investment from the United States. The city attracted not only the elite and wealthy tourists, but also the American mafia, transforming it into a sleepless entertainment haven with dazzling neon lights and captivating jazz and rumba melodies. The prestigious hotels along Malecon Avenue defined the image of a world-class entertainment center. In the 1950s, Cuba's GDP per capita was among the highest in the region, with healthcare, education, and urban transportation systems far surpassing many neighboring countries. However, this economy suffered from a fatal weakness: its heavy reliance on sugarcane and its trade relationship with the United States. Vast plantations and bustling ports primarily profited foreign corporations and the elite. In Havana, the middle class enjoyed a comfortable, Western-style lifestyle, while agricultural workers faced precarious incomes and were entirely dependent on seasonal fluctuations. National revenue relied heavily on sugarcane exports, leaving farmers' lives constantly precarious due to the volatile nature of world sugar prices. However, this wealth was not for everyone. Wealth and economic power were concentrated in the hands of a minority, leaving rural areas mired in deprivation with limited social services and low living standards. The insularity of Cuba's destiny to the American market made its development model extremely vulnerable to external influences. Historical studies show that the deep divide between urban and rural areas, along with the concentration of land ownership, fueled widespread discontent in the late 1950s. These accumulated socio-economic contradictions eventually became a powerful driving force behind the subsequent pivotal political changes. Number 3. Life of Cubans in a dying economy. Instead of the dazzling neon lights and sleepless dance floors of the 1950s, Cuba today is a picture of a national power grid in tattered darkness. A grim milestone occurred in October 2024, when the entire country was plunged into darkness for nearly a week due to a nationwide outage. This situation repeated itself in May 2025, creeping into Havana and spreading to many provinces, making power outages lasting up to 20 hours a day a part of the harsh reality. In the darkness, hospitals struggled to maintain emergency services, schools were empty, and inside many kitchens, the smoke from burning wood replaced the flames of gas stoves. The adversity was compounded by a series of natural disasters. Hurricane Adelia in 2023 ripped off more than 2,000 roofs and devastated 5,000 hectares of crops. Prolonged droughts in Camagüey and Ciego de Ávila caused a severe drop in corn, bean, and sugarcane yields by more than 40%. By the end of October, Hurricane Oscar continued to cause casualties and crippled the power grid just before Hurricane Rafael hit the west, leaving widespread flooding and power outages. Since the end of 2024, aging power plants and severe fuel shortages have brought the power grid to a standstill. The fuel shortage has also paralyzed public transport, with nearly half of buses grounded, making the delivery of medicine and essential goods extremely difficult. The inevitable consequence is that domestic food production has been halved. The tight import supply has caused prices of basic goods like rice, cooking oil, and meat to skyrocket by 15% to 30% in 2025. To survive, people are forced to rely on aid or grow their own vegetables at home. The peso has weakened to an alarming degree. On the free market, it takes up to 400 pesos to exchange for $1, pushing inflation to 30%. Even more worrying, about 40% of the population has no foreign currency at all, meaning they are excluded from access to basic necessities. Figures from the 2024 report paint a heartbreaking picture. 89% of Cubans are living in extreme poverty with incomes of only $10 to $40 per month. Even in the capital Havana, the standard food ration per person consists of only 2 kilograms of rice, half a kilogram of black beans, a little chicken, and just over 2 kilograms of sugar. Children under 1 year old are prioritized to receive 1 liter of milk per month. Otherwise, families must pay for their own needs at prices beyond the reach of the vast majority. While agricultural products and meat are primarily distributed through state-run entities at fixed prices, private businesses are tightly controlled. Even the unlicensed slaughter of cattle can lead to lengthy prison sentences. The gap between rich and poor is evident in every neighborhood. While Vedado and Miramar maintain their elegant appearance with grand houses in central Havana or the Old Town, generations live crammed into dilapidated, cramped buildings. For the people here, every hardship, from access to clean water and late commutes to meager wages, is viewed through a common lens. They believe it is a persistent consequence of the embargo. Number 4. The truth about the hand-operated internet system in Cuba. If you had to find a place where the internet hasn't yet dominated life like the rest of the world, Cuba would be the perfect example. Despite the global wave of digital transformation, the telecommunications infrastructure on this island nation remains incredibly slow, where mobile data is the primary gateway to connecting with the world. Currently, although about 70% to 73% of the population has access to the internet, instead of having a fixed home connection, most residents still rely on public Wi-Fi hotspots to connect. Internet access in Cuba is heavily influenced by cost and technical barriers. For many households, the virtual world remains a luxury beyond their reach. An hour of public Wi-Fi costs around $2, a significant amount compared to the average monthly income of only $17 to $30. While 3G networks are already expensive, 4G and 5G remain a limited privilege in certain urban areas. To enjoy a more stable connection, many students and young workers patiently wait until late at night, turning public Wi-Fi hotspots into familiar late-night gathering places for the local community. When too many people connect simultaneously, network speeds plummet dramatically and are often described as slow as a snail. Although improved compared to the past, internet quality here remains significantly lower than the average in Latin America. Experiences like watching high-resolution videos or online meetings are frequently interrupted by lag or sudden disconnections. To adapt, many small businesses choose to exchange data via USB or hard drives instead of streaming online to save costs and avoid limited bandwidth. For those working remotely, the prerequisite isn't state-of-the-art equipment, but rather unwavering patience. App stores like the Apple App Store or Google Play still don't allow direct downloads. For many years, people have developed the habit of manually copying data via USB to install software. This method has created an organized offline content sharing network where digital collections of music, movies, and apps are passed around among friends, neighbors, and colleagues. This unique ecosystem operates like a kind of internet on the go, reflecting the creativity and adaptability of the Cuban people in the face of infrastructure limitations. Number 5. Selling empathy to make a living. Behind the backdrop of extreme poverty and the collapse of the national energy system, Cubans have transformed the need for connection into a unique form of companionship service to supplement their meager income. This service targets affluent customers. In popular tourist spots, travelers can easily find paid companions to share social activities such as intimate dinners, heartfelt conversations, or simply strolling through the streets and attending formal events. When understanding reaches a common ground, this relationship can sometimes transform into deeper personal bonds. Urban anthropologists call this companionship service, a term that emphasizes communication and emotional connection over purely economic goals. Participating in this activity is a group of women known as ginoteras, who strive to maintain their primary jobs and independent personal lives. In the context of limited income, becoming a paid companion has become a crucial source of supplemental economic support. For many, this is a form of voluntary social contract where presence, empathy, and conversational skills are valued as highly as financial gain. Reports from the region indicate that many ginoteras were originally employees in restaurants, accommodations, or the service industry, but have had to change careers due to job market instability or reduced income caused by economic downturns. From a Latin American sociological perspective, this phenomenon is linked to the transformation of urban tourism in Havana and tends to increase during periods of economic instability. This activity is often concentrated around historical centers, nestled beside historic hotels and bustling entertainment venues, where the informal economy plays a vital role in the livelihoods of local residents. Field surveys also indicate that the most active social networking sites are found around historic squares and busy tourist streets. In many cases, ginoteras choose to build a loyal client base rather than accepting fleeting encounters, viewing this as a way to establish stable and less risky social relationships. From an academic perspective, this phenomenon is seen as a shrewd adaptation to livelihoods in the context of income inequality and the scarcity of formal employment options in urban areas. Maintaining loyal clients not only reduces their dependence on intermediaries, but also minimizes the unpredictable risks of the underground economy. Number 6. A classic car museum rolling through the heart of Havana. The public transportation system here is a true reflection of urban life. The 1950s and 60s American cars, symbols of Havana, are not just for viewing. They operate like fixed-route taxis, where passengers sit close together to share the cost and route. Inside, the roar of the engines blends with the warmth of strangers, creating a natural space for sharing everyday stories. To make a living, drivers have become master mechanics, assembling parts from various car models to create unique versions, ensuring the vehicles remain durable and continue running due to the lack of genuine parts. Equally distinctive is the guagua bus system. Despite long waits under the scorching Caribbean sun, the spirit of mutual support is evident on the buses, with passengers giving up their seats to the elderly and helping each other in the crowded conditions. In suburban areas, walking and transferring between multiple buses significantly prolongs travel time. Urban studies have shown that this hardship directly impacts the time and productivity of residents in suburban areas. While tourists often relax in air-conditioned taxis, Havana residents expend considerable energy just to navigate their commutes. Essential items like water bottles and hand fans help them adapt to the existing infrastructure. In many residential areas, morning bus stops are also spaces for neighbors to chat and share news. For them, transportation is not just a means of getting around, but also a part of urban culture, where patience, sharing, and adaptability are honed daily. Number 7. The hidden struggles of making a living behind massage invitations in Havana. Unlike the brightly lit and well-planned entertainment districts of Hamburg, Germany, or Pattaya, Thailand, Cuba operates at its own unique pace. Here, you won't find bustling streets or fixed hotspots, but rather the tranquil atmosphere of the old town with scattered female attendants. These activities are often observed quietly around squares and along streets frequented by international tourists. Many visitors find that this service in Havana lacks professionalism and strict organization. Instead of being concentrated in one place, these services are scattered throughout the city, with a greater concentration in the center and old town. Experts believe this dispersed model creates flexibility, allowing participants to actively seek opportunities without being bound by location. Upon recognizing tourists, they often proactively approach, initially offering massage services. This approach creates a fine line, difficult to distinguish between legitimate healthcare services and offers with ulterior motives. In Cuba, massage is a legally recognized profession, so it's not uncommon to find spas with publicly displayed prices and transparent service, staffed by independent workers or those employed by the establishment. Regarding costs, a 60-minute full-body massage costs around $30, rising to $40 for a 90-minute session. While this price is considered luxurious by locals, it's affordable for European tourists. This creates a situation where legitimate services coexist with deceptive offers. Given the open Latin American culture, negotiation can happen naturally on the streets. Sometimes you'll see women selling small bags of potatoes, but this is often just a pretext to start a conversation before customers choose what they jokingly call the main course. Interestingly, they are very frank and readily answer any questions. The clientele is primarily from Europe, with average daily spending ranging from $50 to $75. Numerous interviews with tourists reveal that many return multiple times, forming networks of regular customers rather than just fleeting encounters. In addition to direct payment, they also receive gifts or invitations to meals. This income far exceeds the average salary of $10 to $40 in Cuba, acting as a catalyst for the informal economy. Number 8. The high price of pursuing the American dream. Amidst economic hardship, the journey of Cubans leaving their homeland has become a deadlock due to stringent legal barriers. Reaching the United States or France is fraught with complex exit regulations and expensive document renewal costs. For many, passport fees and residency procedures are an overwhelming financial burden compared to their meager incomes during this difficult period. Even after settling, these constraints make it difficult for them to maintain ties to their homeland. The period of 2022 to 2023 saw a shocking number. Approximately 425,000 citizens, nearly 4% of the population, were stopped by U.S. authorities attempting to enter the country unofficially. This was the largest migration wave in decades, fueled by hyperinflation and the disappearance of job opportunities. Many choose to fly via Nicaragua and then pay intermediary networks to continue their perilous journey to the United States. The cost reaches $7,000, a huge sum compared to the average salary of $150 in the island nation. This exodus reflects both the desire for a better life and leaves a large void in the domestic workforce as young people leave en masse. This wave of departures has torn apart many families, leaving lasting emotional wounds for both those who leave and those who remain. Despite hope for the future, their journey is fraught with dangers from recruitment networks and challenges in a foreign land. In this adversity, many families can only maintain connection through remittances and online calls to ease their longing, even as the geographical distance widens. Number 9. Libra food stamps and the fight for food. In Cuba, the Libra rationing system, established in the 1960s, aimed to ensure essential food supplies for the population during economic upheavals. However, household rations are shrinking sharply under economic pressure. According to Reuters, the daily bread ration has decreased from 80 grams in 2024 to 60 grams. Periodic flour shortages disrupt supplies. In coastal provinces, residents queue from dawn for 1 to 2 hours, but many still leave empty-handed when supplies are insufficient for the entire community. Due to the state's shortage of supplies, people have to buy additional goods from street vendors or private shops at exorbitant prices. Secret shops have sprung up, reselling essential items like cooking oil, flour, and medicine that are scarce on official shelves. Exchanges of medicine for food or soap have also emerged as an alternative to cash. To minimize risk, these points are hidden in private homes or behind grocery stores, serving only those referred. People turn to this underground network as their only solution to access food and medicine. Despite facing the risk of penalties or prosecution, they have no other choice given their low incomes and uncertain supply. For many families, this is a temporary lifeline to sustain their lives, an endless struggle between respect for the law and the instinct for survival in times of scarcity. Number 10. Why are Cuban cigars the most expensive in the world? Cuban cigars are a symbol of luxury and exquisite craftsmanship, but hidden behind that smoke is a dark side that few people talk about. High-end brands like Cohiba, costing thousands of dollars and reserved for the elite, inadvertently expose the deep inequality in the lives of the local population. To create a truly authentic cigar, the craftsman must go through hundreds of meticulous steps, from selecting the leaves to masterful rolling techniques. These skilled artisans, the wizards who have achieved global fame, receive disproportionately low incomes. While the products sell for exorbitant prices, the people who directly make them earn only a meager $10 to $40 per month. Many artisans are forced to take on additional jobs because their meager wages barely cover basic needs. The Cohiba brand originated in the 1960s, starting with a special cigar for Fidel Castro's bodyguard. Master craftsman Eduardo Rivera later elevated Cohiba to a symbol of prestige, present in over 150 countries. During the Cold War, Cohiba served as a diplomatic ambassador, a premium gift for heads of state, contributing to strengthening the nation's image on the international stage. Every year, the 5-day cigar festival of Habanos SA in Havana attracts enthusiasts from over 70 countries, creating an atmosphere of luxury that contrasts sharply with the arduous lives outside. In the capital of Pinar del Rio, visitors can observe the cigar rolling process, but behind it lies the reality of simple farming families entirely dependent on the seasons and the fluctuating prices of agricultural products. Cuban cigars are a source of cultural pride and a global economic symbol, but they also reflect a painful paradox. Ultimate luxury does not go hand in hand with the lives of the people who poured their hearts and souls into creating them. Number 11. Cuba and 60 years living under the shadow of the U.S. embargo. For over 6 decades, the U.S. embargo has loomed over Cuba like a persistent storm. This policy, dating back to 1959, continued through the presidencies of Eisenhower, Kennedy, Clinton, and Bush. While it eased somewhat under Obama, Sanctions were tightened under the Trump and Biden administrations. The rift originated from the 1959 revolution, when Fidel Castro overthrew the pro-American Batista regime. The new government's nationalization of land and large corporations like Texaco and United Fruit Company without compensation led Washington to consider this illegal and refuse to recognize its legitimacy. The confrontation intensified after the 1961 Bay of Pigs defeat of CIA-backed exiles, severely damaging U.S. prestige. Furthermore, the lack of multi-party elections led Washington to view the Castro regime as lacking a legal basis for existence. In response to the U.S. sugar import ban, Cuba strengthened its ties with the Soviet Union to receive aid. This development plunged the world into the 1962 missile crisis when the Soviet Union deployed nuclear weapons there. Although the weapons were later withdrawn, Washington's embargo remained as a barrier. Cuba shifted its trade focus to the Soviet Union, Venezuela, and China. The embargo was so strict that in 2006, a young boy who won an art award couldn't receive a Nikon camera because it contained more than 10% American components and had to accept a painting instead. In the 19th century, 4 U.S. presidents expressed interest in buying Cuba. From Jefferson in 1808 to Polk, Pierce, and McKinley, the offers gradually increased, but were all rejected. Number 12. Vietnam. Cuba. A deep friendship spanning half the globe. One of the most moving facts about Cuba is its special bond with Vietnam. While its neighbor, the United States, maintains a fiercely confrontational stance, Vietnam, despite being half a world away, has been a loyal companion for decades. In August 2025, the Vietnam Red Cross celebrated 65 years of relations with a solidarity campaign, raising $25 million by October. This collective effort demonstrates a friendship that transcends conventional diplomatic boundaries. This gesture stems from sacred historical milestones. In 1969, Cuba observed 7 days of national mourning upon the death of President Ho Chi Minh. In 1973, Fidel Castro visited the liberated zone of Quang Tri amidst the flames of war, pledging aid for projects worth $80 million and leaving behind the immortal declaration. For Vietnam, Cuba is ready to shed its own blood. Cuba's influence is evident in the Thang Loi Hotel, the Mok Chau Dairy Farm, the Luong Mai Chicken Farm, and the 500-bed hospital in Dong Hoi. Cuba also supported infrastructure reconstruction, trained many Vietnamese doctors, and provided essential vaccines, significantly contributing to reducing infant mortality rates. During the 1980s and 1990s, despite facing difficulties, Cuba tirelessly sent food and medicine to help Vietnam overcome the embargo. This bond continues to this day through extensive cooperation programs in education, healthcare, and agriculture. These 12 facts paint a realistic picture of Cuba, far removed from the romanticized image often seen in travel magazines. These glimpses help us better understand the lives of the 11 million inhabitants of this island nation. People who are persevering and demonstrating extraordinary creativity to overcome all the adversities of reality. Number 13. The economic and culinary paradoxes of Cuba. Stepping into a Cuban restaurant, travelers shouldn't expect warm bows or quick, cheerful service. The quiet, sometimes cold demeanor of the staff often surprises those accustomed to international standards. While some upscale restaurants offer professionally trained staff, their number is modest and mostly privately run in central areas. Conversely, eateries further from tourist areas operate in a more traditional way with basic facilities, making the customer experience dependent on the conditions of each location rather than a unified standard. Overall, service quality often falls short of expectations due to limited resources and meager salaries that fail to inspire enthusiasm. Many employees view their work as a burdensome chore rather than customer service, as their income barely covers basic needs. In state-owned establishments, employees often rely on tips to supplement their income. Long shifts of 10 to 12 hours a day cause fatigue, diminishing motivation, communication skills, and professional conduct. Economic difficulties have deeply impacted operations and service attitudes here. In the state-owned system, procedures are sometimes rigid and bureaucratic, while uncertain supply sources lead to constantly changing menus. Some places have to adjust dishes immediately based on available ingredients. Tourists often have to wait a long time because the kitchens are constantly replacing ingredients, resulting in inconsistent food quality from day to day. This reality reflects the close relationship between the economic context and Cuban culinary culture. Here, service quality is not only about professional skills, but also linked to livelihood conditions, the ability to maintain resources, and the stability of the entire infrastructure. Number 14. The cost of exploring the island nation of Cuba. In the eyes of international tourists, Cuba isn't necessarily a luxurious destination, but costs are often higher than in neighboring Latin American countries due to scarcity of goods and the unique nature of the currency. The journey begins with airfare, mandatory insurance, and a travel card. A round-trip ticket to Havana ranges from $500 to $900, plus short-term insurance of around $25 to $40. Regarding accommodation, state-owned hotels in central Havana cost between $90 to $200 per night. In contrast, private guest houses like Casa Particular are a preferred option for independent travelers, costing only $20 to $45. Breakfast prepared by the host can be added for $5 to $8. Dining at budget-friendly Paladar restaurants costs only $3 to $6 per meal. Meanwhile, at tourist restaurants, the cost increases to $10 to $20 per standard meal. Drinks like coffee, smoothies, or sugarcane juice typically range from $1 to $3. Short-distance taxi rides in Havana cost between $8 to $20. For a budget, you can opt for classic taxis on fixed routes for just $1 to $3. For intercity travel to Vinales or Trinidad, the Via Azul bus is a reliable option with fares ranging from $15 to $30. Internet access remains a niche service, requiring the purchase of a public Wi-Fi card for $1 to $2 per hour. Additionally, museum tickets range from $3 to $10, while heritage or rural tours cost between $20 to $60. Overall, a reasonable daily budget in Cuba is around $50 to $100, not including airfare. This figure will vary depending on your travel style and personal choices. Number 15. Travel tips for your first visit to Cuba. In the eyes of tourists, Cuba appears both ancient and secluded, evident in its serene colonial architecture, tree-lined streets, and the leisurely pace of life characteristic of Havana. However, the unique infrastructure and economy require careful preparation for a fulfilling trip. The top advice is to bring cash, US dollars or euro, as the international card system is very limited. ATMs often experience connection errors, so exchanging money at authorized counters is the safest way to avoid exchange rate risks. Prepare small denominations of 1 to 10 US dollars for local restaurants and short journeys. Due to the scarcity of consumer goods, you should bring personal items such as medicine, toothpaste, and power banks. Given slow internet speeds and reliance on Wi-Fi, downloading offline maps, e-tickets, and itineraries is a wise move. Many people even save hotel information in Spanish in case of internet outages. Here, traditional transportation means taxis and buses often move slowly. Always ask for the price beforehand and bring your own water in the intense Caribbean sun. Culturally, Cuba values community, so dressing respectfully in museums and sacred places is the minimum requirement. Ask permission before taking photos of people or government buildings to avoid misunderstandings. At historical sites, observe signs and follow security instructions for a smooth journey. Ultimately, Cuba is a vivid experience of creativity in adversity. Thorough preparation will make the trip more practical, less surprising, and more valuable.